To our latest podcast on AI. I'm Dr. Marie Oldfield and I work in human-centric AI implementation. I'm a chartered statistician, chartered scientist, and advanced practitioner in AI. What I want to do today is answer a couple of frequently asked questions because I get these a lot on the training sessions that I do. The first one is, how do I implement AI into my business? Well, you need to be really, really careful how you implement AI into your business. There are a huge amount of things that you need to take into consideration. Having worked on really large, complex business transformation IT programs, it can take quite a while to do this properly, but there are key things that you need to look out for. So, what I want to show you first is the pipeline on how you do this. So what we're looking at here is an 11-step process. Now, this can be development of AI internally if you want to do it internally. You can follow this strategy to step 4 and then have somebody externally develop it because you'll have everything you need to do that. Or you can follow it all the way through and implement AI or software. This works for software, anything like that. So there are many things that you need to be aware of. A quick walk through key things that you will need to be aware of. The data. Where did the data come from? How did they collect it? How did you collect it? What is the justification for the methodology? Are there any outliers or caveats? Have you considered things like GDPR? Don't go and look for things like bias and skew and discrimination. The data is what the data is. You need to understand it properly to be able to put it into the model. The model is not biased. The model doesn't, do things that discriminate against people. What it does is use the data that you've collected, which is why it needs to be done properly, which is why you need a chartered statistician. That's the key part of this. If you collect the wrong data or you use the data incorrectly, then you'll find that every other step after this fails. When we're creating model topologies and justifying the functions and the data and the data flow, etc., this is the skeleton of what you're going to create. So the software, the AI, the model. Any reasonable software company will provide you with this information. It's not breaking IP, it's not commercial in confidence issue. It is the basic operating information that you need to be able to operate this software to make sure it works. Now, if you're looking at things like Gemini and ChatGPT and things like that, this is what you need to be using. And unfortunately, if you're going to buy this, well, I mean, it's not unfortunately, it's just something you need to do. You need to read the T's and C's. Where is your data going that is, being uploaded to it? How is it using it? What is it doing with it? What are the onward, problems that might be caused by you using this software? Is it interoperable with other software and your operating system and things that you're using? So testing is a big thing. Privacy and transparency. What are the issues around that for you? We've got a validation and verification step. Now, this is it can be poorly done and it can be not done at all, but it's a very clear methodological approved process. It's used a lot in the UK government, it's used a lot by chartered statisticians. It should be used by software developers because it's a really key step to understanding how this software works, what it does, and how you implement it. Audit I see as a bit of a an offshoot because you can game audit. I've seen things go through audit and fail that were good. I've seen things go through audit and pass that were bad. Um, Audit can be gamed just because of the way it is. The questions can't be specific enough to get the right information, and the requirements for information can't be too onerous that it doesn't happen or isn't used. So audit, if you've done all the steps before this, then do you need audit? It's just really a checklist to say, have you done everything else before this? There is absolutely no point putting an audit process on top of something like this and not doing the other steps because you get to step 9 audit and then everything can come crashing down then. And we've seen this with very large software models being taken out of service because they have actually failed at implementation stage. And that's when the financial, reputational, and all the other risks happen and the consequences, which give really bad press to your business. It can damage your business. You can lose financially. It's not worth it. If you're going to do all these steps, which you have to do anyway, if you do them in the correct order and you do them with the right ethics, then you are going to get to a point where audit is not a concern. And then testing, just to pick up any other issues, you need to thoroughly test this stuff. If you're buying it off the shelf, you need to test it. If you're developing it yourself, you need to test it. People that should be involved throughout this whole process are people like project managers, users, stakeholders, because they need to understand how this works so that they can give you feedback, so that you can improve and that it doesn't get to stage 10 and you get financial and reputational damage. Other people that might need to be involved in every step, project manager, developer, statistician, you really do need involved in every step because they need to help you collect the data and interpret the output. If you follow this process, and it's been used for, I've used it for many years now in consultancy and court cases, there isn't a way that you can get to the end of it and have an absolute nonsense model just because of the checks and balances and the insurances and assurances contained within this system. So it's worth looking at this and working through it. I will do some further videos on this to break down every step because it's quite involved and I spend quite a lot of time training this. I spend a long time training this. So we'll break all this down. But this, as it stands, is a really good strategy that I've used in many settings to make sure that what I'm implementing or developing is correct and fit for purpose. Hope you're enjoying this series. Do like and subscribe and let me know if there's anything you want to see or any questions that you want me to answer. More than happy to do so. See you later.